day, choombas, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is TytheTrainer. I hope you are doing absolutely fantastic. Today, I wanted to share a workout with everybody from a concept of training that I really enjoy and I think a lot of people could benefit from if they added it in to their regular training regimens. And that concept is dead shifts and offsets. So dead shift and offset style movements are movements or movement patterns, I should say, that mimic everyday life's tasks, whether that be unloading the groceries, bending down to a low shelf, picking something up, shifting a package or something across your body, picking up your kids or your pets. So it is a style of functional training, you could think of it as. On the note of functional training, I just want to make one thing very clear. Any type of training is functional. Whether you're bodybuilding, your strength training, you're training calisthenic skills, all that stuff is functional training. The fact that you're building muscular strength, endurance, mobility, flexibility translates to everyday life anyway. The only difference between the dead shift movement pattern is it's very specific to certain tasks. But keep in mind that if you just squat, bench, deadlift, that is also functional training. Before all the mad influencers come after me. Okay, so for the workout, all you're gonna need is your beautiful self, a dumbbell of lighter load, and some space to work out in. But before we get to that, let's go into a little bit deeper explanation of some of the benefits and things to consider when we complete dead shift and offset style movements. So, Ty, the video editor, cue the B-roll. Let me set the scene. You're at the gym or your home gym, getting ready for your first exercise, the deadlift. You're feeling confident and you load that bar up with 87 to 90% of your 1 rep max. You're thinking, holy heck, I'm going to lift over 300 pounds. You set your stance, grip the bar, pack your lats, and boom, explosively you stand up. You then gently rest the bar back down and repeat for a couple reps. Feeling like $1,000,000, body free of aches and pains, you complete your workout and head home for the day. A couple days later, you're waking up and getting ready for work. You have a shower, eat your breakfast, brush your teeth, and get your clothes on for the day. On your way out the door, you go to pick up your bag off the ground. You bend down only slightly awkwardly to pick up your 10-lib bag. And bam! Your lower back spasms, your spine feels as if it's in the tightest vice grip ever, and you drop down to the floor in writhing agony. Now you're thinking, what the heck? I just deadlifted 300 pounds with no problems, but this little bag just destroyed me? How does that even make sense? Well, to put it simply, when you go to lift your bag, or anything in this case, while in a slight out of normal position, your body cannot tolerate these demands. This is a great reminder of the said principle, specific adaptation to imposed demands. So during our workouts, when we deadlift, we always deadlift repetitively in a bilateral stance, getting the bar to thigh hip height. Now, when it comes to everyday life, we rarely require lifting maximal load in the classic gym motion of the deadlift. Quite often, we actually need to lift, shift lighter loads from odd positions to accomplish various everyday tasks. Enter the dead shift exercise variation that allows us to train a deadlift style movement while gaining our odd position strength. Creating a smart nervous system. When we expose our nervous system to variable motor tasks, we develop motor intelligence. With repeated exposure to a motor task done in multiple different ways, our nervous system learns how to coordinate said task in the safest and most efficient way. Once you introduce dead shifting into your regular programming, you will become more coordinated and perhaps avoid that previous story from happening to you. Here are some considerations and benefits of the dead shift and offset style movement. Some examples of everyday dead shifts would be shoveling snow. If you're up in Canada like me, you do this quite often. or grabbing groceries from your car. Unfortunately, current scientific literature does not provide specific evidence of dead shifting. However, once you implement them in your training and get an understanding of the biomechanics, you can infer some potential benefits for dead shifting. Based on the start, middle, and end positions of some dead shifts, here are some potential benefits. 1. Tensile strength through the groin, which may reduce groin injury potential. 2. Positional strength, learning how to utilize full body force production from odd positions. 3. Total body start position strength. 4. Multiplannar strength and mobility through the ankles, hips, and thoracic spine. Number 5. Core strength and stability. 6. Rotational strength through the hips. And number 7. Improvement in coordination from engaging in complex movement patterns. Here are some safety considerations when we dead shift and use offsets. Number 1. We lighten the load, even if we are capable of deadlifting hundreds of pounds. 2. Initiate all movement from your hips while maintaining a tall spine no matter the position. 3. Master the fundamentals first. Squat, hinge, single leg, push, pull, and rotational patterns. 4. Adequate mobility in your thoracic spine, hips, knees, and ankles. And 5. Elevate the load. If the ground is too far away, regress by bringing the load up onto a box or bench. Alright, choombas, so sorry I lied at the beginning. We're going to need a set of dumbbells for this, but technically if you only had one, you could do it unilaterally. So the first exercise in our day is going to be the bent over row to T press. So it's a dead shift of our upper body. How it works is we're going to pick up our dumbbells. God, talking is hard sometimes. We're going to set a nice base where we're nice and balanced. Shoulders are going to come back, down, proud chest, and then we're going to hinge at the hips. So we're going to push the bum back. Now, from here, we're going to engage in a normal bent over row by bringing the elbows and shoulder into extension, rowing up. This is where it gets tricky, as we're going to push the dumbbells straight out to the side, hopefully keeping our elbows locked and holding it there for a brief second before bringing it back. So that looks like bringing it straight out to the side, nice hold, bring it back to your row position, and back down. That is 1 rep. So up, row by retracting the scapula, trying to pinch the blades together, and then extend by bringing those shoulders out, bring it back in, and back down. Now, you might be humbled on this because most of you probably have a very, very, very powerful row. With this, you're going to need some pretty light weights as soon as we get into that straight arm position specifically. I'm only using 10s, and those 2 reps are my shoulders are quite burning a lot. So I'm going to show you from the front. So again, pick up our dumbbells, hinge at the hip, engage in the row, straighten the arms out, lock the elbow, bring it back, and disengage. You want to make sure we're driving the motion through scapular retraction. So as we row, we don't want to just get the elbows behind us. We want to make sure we engage and pull our scapula back, get those elbows far back behind us, and then straighten out the arms. So you're going to go anywhere between 1 and 3 sets for a rep range around 12 to 15. So again, make sure you have a weight that you can manage for that amount of volume before moving on to the next exercise. Alright, choombas, the second exercise in our day is going to be the dumbbell shift to lift. So kind of a total body exercise, but still kind of focusing on our upper section, okay? So we're going to grab onto 1 dumbbell this time. We're going to set a wider stance, almost like a sumo squat, and then we're going to hold onto the dumbbell, 2-handed, kind of like a hammer, I guess. How it works is we're going to grab onto the dumbbell, bring it nice and tight to our body, and we're going to drop into our quarter squat from this position. From here, we're going to rotate our torso to one side first. So I'm going to rotate to my left. I'm going to shift my weight to my left leg, straightening out with my right leg, And then using my shoulders and arms, I'm going to bring the dumbbell out in front of me, bring it back, shift back, and rotate. That's one. Then I would go the other way, like so. Maintaining all the same cues as before. Maintaining a nice upright spine. Rotate. Shift using the hips. Drive out. Bring back. Shift. And rotate. Okay? You want to pick a weight that you can do 12 to 15 reps with comfortably. And keep in mind, maintaining perfect technique before moving on to the next exercise. Again, you're going to go for 1 to 3 sets. Okay, choombas, moving on to the third exercise. Now we're going to kind of shift down to our lower body. This is probably my favorite dead shift ever. This is called the straddle hinge dead shift. So you go a little bit heavier on this one because you're using more of your legs. You have more force production. It's a little bit more comfortable. So you're going to take your dumbbell and we're going to set it in front of one of our feet first. So we're going to get into a sumo kind of stance. We're going to hinge at the hips. So again, we're trying to show our butt off, driving the hips back. If you don't know how to hinge, make sure to check out my how to hinge video. So once we're in a bent over position, we feel the tension in our hamstrings. We're going to shift by bending our left knee and pulling into the ground using our adductors, using our straight leg. And all you're going to do is you're going to pick up the dumbbell and you're going to shift to the other side. That is 1. Pick it up and bring it back. That is 2, 3, 4, so on and so on. Making sure you're maintaining a perfect hinge and a nice erect spine the entire time. If any of that breaks, you come out of the extension in your spine, just stop and rest and wait till you can maintain perfect form before continuing. So I'll show you from the front. So we bring the dumbbell over to one side, hinge at the hip, shift our weight, grab on, proud chest, nice and easy, okay? Again, 1 to 3 sets, 12 to 15 reps before moving on to the next exercise. Okay, choombas, to end off our day, we're going to go into the final dead shift and offset movement. This is going to be the asymmetrical squat. So again, you can go a little bit heavier because you're using your legs, you got more force production, it's more comfortable, but still stay within a comfortable range because we're working 12 to 15 per side, okay? So how it works is we're going to set a dumbbell in front of us and then we're going to set our squat stance. Now this is going to be a very odd squat stance because it mimics getting down to a shelf or picking something up from the ground in an odd position. So you're going to get one leg on the outside of the dumbbell, and with the other leg, you're going to kind of make an L, if that makes sense. So between my front leg, my hip, and my other leg, there is an L. Now from here, we're going to maintain a proud chest, shoulders come back and down. We're going to squat down as normal. The front leg, your heel, is going to stay on the ground, and the back leg that's shaped in it's facing the other way, is going to go onto its toes. So how that looks is, so my left leg is forward, I'm going to grab onto the dumbbell with my right hand. So I'm going to squat down. As I get nice and low, I'm going to bring up onto a calf raise, grab the dumbbell, and then stand up and flatten out that back leg. And then I drop down, get that back leg back into calf raise. That's 1. Make sure you're breathing the entire time. Nice, proud chest. 2. So on and so forth. So once you do 12 or 15 on that leg, you would switch to the other side. Again, making that nice sturdy L, proud chest. Push the butt back a little, sit straight down, get onto your calf raise, pick up the dumbbell and flatten that back foot out, trying to maintain your torso facing forward or a little bit towards the middle, whichever you have access to mobility-wise. Okay? So again, pick a weight that you can maintain for 12 to 15 per side. Hit that for 1 to 3 sets, and you've completed the workout. And I hope you enjoy and benefit from adding dead shifts and offsets into your training. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today on my YouTube channel, and I hope you enjoyed and get something out of deadlifts and offset style movements if you apply them into your programming. I know ever since I've started training them, I've noticed my capabilities in my deadlift, my squat, and my bench press have gone up, as well as my calisthenic strength skills such as the back lever, iron cross, and stuff of that nature. And just in my day-to-day life, carrying in groceries, putting stuff away, just that odd position transfers so well to day-to-day life. But if you guys have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave my email in the description. And what else can I go over? Oh yeah, if you're looking for a free or a couple free programs, please check out my website at TytheTrainer.ca. I got a couple of cool ones on there for anybody to try out. But I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.